Things have been heating up in Bowie County. As we well know, this has been a very interesting year, 2011. It started off with interesting news, and it's ending with interesting news. This whole situation with the county clerk's position is gotten very interesting. I think I told you yesterday that a gentleman got up and spoke at the Commissioner's Court meeting on Tuesday that he had found out that a name that was on the list to replace Natalie Nichols, who resigned from office, one of the gentlemen on the list actually had a felony record. That's what he was talking about during the meeting. And let's see. And there's been other names on the list. Supposedly, again, I've not seen a list. I've not seen a formal list. When I asked Judge Sterling Lacey about that yesterday, all he would say was that no one has given him a resume as far as so that the Commissioner's Court could indeed appoint a replacement. Now, according to the Texas Constitution, let's start there. It's a good place to start. This is county clerk. There shall be elected for each county by the qualified voters a county clerk who shall hold this office for 4 years, who shall be clerk of the county and commissioners, courts, and recorder of the county, whose duties, prerequisites, and fees of office shall be prescribed by the legislature, and a vacancy in whose office shall be filled by the Commissioner's Court until the next general election, provided that in counties having a population of less than 8,000, there may be an election of a single clerk who shall perform the duties of district and county clerks. Well, we don't qualify for that in Bowie County. So whoever is appointed will just hold that office until the next general election, which will be November of 2012. So the Commissioner's Court will be the ones who will indeed appoint someone for that position or to that position. Now, there's been much discussion about who that could possibly be. Supposedly, I keep hearing of a list of people. Again, I've not seen this list. But supposedly, one of the persons on the list is former clerk Velma Moore, a Democrat. And she posted on Facebook alleging that certain folks filed complaints against her. Here's the thing, though. When complaints are filed against you, you don't know who filed the complaint. The Texas Ethics Commission doesn't release that information. Now, if there's a lawsuit, obviously you know who files a lawsuit. But for Miss Moore to come out, and it's on Facebook, and allege that folks have brought things against her, is very interesting. Now, complaints were filed, and but it seems as if, well, let's just put it to you like this: what political game is being played here? Why would the commissioners, 2 Republicans and 2 Democrats, if they are considering the former clerk, who is a Democrat, why would they consider putting a Democrat in that position when a Republican won it in 2010? Very interesting thought, isn't it? And why not appoint someone who's a Republican who's been in an office before? Not in the office of county clerk, but I'm talking about in the office, working in that department. It makes sense, wouldn't it? I mean, look, if the people of Bowie County elected a Republican to that position, is it not only fair but fitting that a Republican be named to that position? And what if you could then find a Republican who actually worked in that office since the beginning of the year when things were changed? This is a great way to understand the changes that Natalie Nichols made to that office. It's like going from a number 2 pencil with a pad under the previous administration to now using computers and internet and making things available online. So it's gone from the horse and buggy days to the modern days of travel. It's light years different than when than when Natalie took over. So again, why would you put somebody in that office who is not of the party that was elected to that office? And why would you put somebody in there that does not have the experience of being in the office under its current condition? Those are things to think about. The four commissioners would be, of course, Jack Stone, a Democrat, Kelly Blackburn, a Democrat, Pat McCoy, Republican, and John Addington, Republican. And, of course, Judge Sterling Lacey, a Republican, gets to vote in this as well, because it is the entire Commissioner's Court. Very interesting. According to the former clerk's Facebook post from yesterday, she was going to be appointed to that position. Now, how does she know that? Don't know, because when they go into executive session, they're only supposed to keep things discussed in those sessions until they come out to vote. And then when they come out of those executive sessions, they can vote on what they talked about, but they're not really supposed to be talking about what they talked about in the executive session out in public. Just something to think about. So anyway, I'd love to get your thoughts on this. 903-793-1071, 903-793-1071, because this is something that, when people are elected to office, they should be servants of the people, not rulers over the people, inflicting their will upon the people. That's why it's called a republic.